Ever have one of those mornings where something hits different? Not because anything crazy happens, but because you move different? That's what we're talking about today. Rapid transformation. Not the kind where you have to wait 6 months, a new moon, and a perfectly colored planner to feel like a new version of you, but the kind of shift that happens so fast it catches you off guard. Hey, I'm Miss T. Marie, mindset educator. And this space is where we talk about doing the work to actually live in alignment, not just journal about it, but actually become it. Come, sit with me. So, this topic, making changes overnight, feels so personal to me because I lived it. I remember taking this discipline challenge. It was 14 days, but the shifts immediately. The rules were simple: 1 hour screen time max, 5 minutes gratitude journal, 5 minutes of light movement, 5 minutes of meditation. And you might think, what is that going to do? But listen, those small moments were enough to pull me out of autopilot and back into my body. And here's what happened when I cut down the screen time: I could actually hear my thoughts again. Actually hear them. Not the voice of that influencer I watched, not the playlist I put on to fill the silence, but my real self. And I stopped seeking validation from the outside because I wasn't consuming as much of it. And I actually sat with myself, which sounds cute until you actually do it. And I think that's where the real transformation lives, in the stillness. It wasn't about grinding harder or fixing everything in my life overnight. It was the small tweaks that shifted the entire way I was existing. You know how people say, trick your brain? Yeah, that's real. Our nervous system is routine equals safety. So when you wake up every day, pour your coffee, check your phone, rush to work, you're running the same exact code. But the moment you skip the coffee and take a walk instead, your brain is like, hold on, who are we? This isn't the script. And just like that, you're introducing new data. You're disrupting the pattern. And that's what creates new pathways. Someone recently asked, can a change really happen that fast? And I get it. We've all been conditioned to believe transformation has to be hard, that it has to be earned. But what if it's not about how long it takes, but how ready you are to believe differently? Because sometimes it's not the habit you need to break, it's the identity you need to rewire. And the moment you say, I'm no longer someone who needs caffeine to feel alive, or I don't need social media to feel connected, or even I don't have to wait for the new year to become a new me, you're already shifting timelines, already upgrading. That's not to say everything changes overnight, but the moment you decide, the moment you act, the moment you choose to do something even slightly different than you did before, than you did yesterday, you're building proof. You're showing your subconscious, this is who we are now. And with enough of those moments stacked, you become unrecognizable in the best way. So if you've been waiting for the perfect time, this is it. The shift doesn't require a full-blown rebrand. Start with 5 minutes of silence. Start with standing outside barefoot. Start with saying no when you usually say sure. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need one clear decision and then another one tomorrow. And that's it for today's video. You already know, subscribe. And if you're ready to shift with me because I don't play about you, let's go.